Hi and welcome. This is a short little practice for those of you who feel a bit tight or blocked or stuck in your upper spine, that thoracic spine area. So I'm going to use a couple yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, then you can also just use a chair. So I'll show you how to use a chair for one of the parts of this practice. Let's start seated. You can sit on your shins or you can sit cross-legged. However works best for you. You may even want to sit on either a block or a folded up towel underneath your seat just to bring your hips up a little bit and have a nice tall spine. Interlace your fingers right in front of your chest. Draw your shoulders back. Find a tall spine. We'll breathe in a big breath. And then with your exhale, flip the palms of the hands forwards like you're pressing a wall away from you, and let your upper spine really round. So I'll turn sideways so you can see. So inhale, palms of your hands at your chest, sitting tall. Exhale, palms press away from you as you round into your upper spine. Now we'll breathe in, draw your arm bones up in line with your ears, sit nice and tall. And then exhale, just sweep your fingertips back down by your sides. And we'll do that 2 more times. So hands interlaced in front of your chest. Inhale, sit tall. And then exhale like you're pressing a wall away from you. Let your upper spine round as much as you can. Breathing in, draw your spine back up nice and tall. Arm bones up in line with your ears. And if they don't quite get in line with your ears, that's fine. You just draw your arms back as much as you can. And then release with a nice exhale. 1 more time, hands interlaced. Breathe in. Press palms away from you, round your spine, breathe out. And then inhale, sit tall, arms back in line with ears as best as you can, and then release with your exhale. I'll turn back to face you again. So adding on with that, so same thing, let's take our fingers interlaced. We're going to press the palms of our hands straight up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale breath. And now on your exhale, rotate slightly towards the right. And then round into sort of that side back body. So it's like your left side ribs are really trying to round. So you're going to pause here and try to send some breath into those left side ribs, that left back side of your body. Keep doming out through that left side of your waist, of your back, of your rib cage. And then let's come on back up through center. Take an inhale breath. Other side. So rotate a little bit over towards the left and then dome out, round out through that back right side of your rib cage. Pause there. Again, we're really trying to send breath into that right side of your rib cage, that space between your spine and your side body. Come on back up through center, take an inhale breath. And then just to give your arms and your hands a little release, take your arms down by your sides. Maybe give your shoulders a little shrug. We're gonna do that 1 more time. So fingers interlace, heels of your hands press straight up to the ceiling, sit tall, inhale breath. Rotate slightly towards the right, and on your exhale, round out towards that side back body. Pause there to inhale. And pause to exhale. And then draw back up through center, breathe in, rotate slightly to the left, round out through that back right side body. Pause to inhale, and pause to exhale. Good, come back up through center, and then just release your arms, nice and easy. Let's come through to hands and knees. So shift onto your hands and your knees. And we'll take our right hand and cradle the back of your head. Now keeping your hips nice and neutral, so your hips don't want to be sort of moving around too much. You want to keep your pelvis nice and neutral. We're just going to try and spin your right elbow up towards the ceiling. So as best as you can, you've got to feel this out for yourself. Everyone's going to have a little bit of a different range of mobility here. Draw that right elbow up and open to the ceiling. Take an inhale breath. And with your exhale, drop your right elbow down towards your left And it's like you're trying to sort of thread your right elbow into that space behind your left elbow. So washing back and forth. Inhale, draw your right elbow up and open to the ceiling. Trying to keep your pelvis nice and neutral. Exhale, right elbow threads down behind the left. We'll do that one more time. So breathing in and breathing out. Now let's take the right hand, release it from the back of your head, and send your right fingertips straight up to the ceiling. Again, inhale, breath. And now exhale, thread your right arm underneath the left. So the whole back of your arm, back of your shoulder comes down onto the ground. Your right cheek rests onto the ground, and you can just tent your left fingertips. We're just going to pause here for 2 or 3 rounds of breath. Breathing deep. You want to try to send your breath or visualize, feel your breath really moving into your rib cage. So your rib cage is soft, is able to expand and contract. Now we'll let that go. So you can just bring your left hand back down to the ground, unthread your right arm back up towards the ceiling. Take that inhale breath, and then bring your right hand back down. Now we're going to switch sides. So left hand to the back of your head. Keep your pelvis nice and neutral. Draw your left elbow up and open to the ceiling as best as you can. Breathing deep. Inhale, breath. Exhale, thread your left elbow behind your right. So you're trying to rotate into that upper spine as much as possible. 2 more rounds, just like that. So go ahead, breathe in. Nice and deep, left elbow spins skywards. Exhale, left elbow spins down behind the right. And 1 more round, just like that. Keep that breath deep and full. Opening up, inhale, and threading through, exhale. Now we'll release left hand from behind the head. Reach your left fingertips straight up to the ceiling. Big, broad open chest. And now thread your left arm underneath the right. Back of your arm and shoulder to the ground, left cheek rests onto the mat. Tent your right fingertips to the ground and just pause there. Again, visualizing or imagining or actually physically trying to feel your rib cage as a big soft balloon. Nice and easy between all of your ribs, between each of your vertebrae. Now release that right hand down onto the ground nice and flat. Unthread your left arm. Take 1 big breath to sweep your left fingertips skywards, and then both hands down onto the ground. So now if you have a couple yoga blocks, this is where you could use them. You can place them like so. I'm going to show you with a chair though, in case you don't have any yoga blocks. So we're going to take the chair and get your knees right underneath your hips, and we'll take our elbows right onto the chair or onto your yoga blocks. You want to have your elbows shoulder width apart, so just do your best to kind of eyeball that width. Palms of your hands can touch, and now I'm kind of having to scooch my knees back a little bit in order to draw my spine out nice and long. So on your inhale breath, we're going to lift up through our upper chest. So I'm really trying to focus on that upper spine. So a little bit of a lift up through that upper spine, inhale. And then with a big heavy exhale, letting my chest drop and sink towards the ground. Okay, breathing in, little lift up through that upper chest, upper spine. And then big soft exhale, let your chest sink and soften. Now you can do this as many rounds as you'd like to. For now, we'll just do 2 more. Breathing in, find that little lift up of the chest. Breathing out, big heavy sigh to soften, to release any of that tightness, gripping, that stuck energy in that upper spine. 1 more time, inhale. And then chest sinks down, exhale. Good, maybe just pause there with your chest sinking down for one more breath, just to really luxuriate in that release of the upper spine. And then let's come on back up and just mindfully release your elbows off of your chair. You can move your chair out of the way. Come on back to your seat. We're going to sit on our bum with our feet flat out in front. Hold on to your knees or your shins. This is a seated cat and cow. So you can have your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. And on your inhale, draw your belly, your chest forwards, and really hug your shoulders back. So we're trying to tip the chest, the sternum open towards the ceiling as much as possible. That's your inhale breath, that big filling up breath. And then exhale, lean back, and you can let yourself really catch your weight on your hands. And again, we're rounding into that upper spine. Let your chin drop. All right, breathing in again. Belly chips forwards, shoulders draw back. Big sweet inhale, exhale, maybe a big sigh. Lean back, round into your spine. One more time, breathing in. And then rounding back, let your shoulders round forwards, your upper spine round. And then draw back up to your neutral seat. Let's send our left leg straight forwards. Right knee bent. Place your right foot just to the outside of your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. And you might want to sit up on a block or a folded up blanket here. We're coming into a seated twist. So our right hand tense behind us. And our left arm can either just wrap around that right knee, that right shin, or you can even hook it to the outside of your thigh. Now focusing on sitting up as tall as you can. So grow up out of the crown of your head. Inhale, breath. And then with your exhale, hug that right shoulder back. Hug it back as much as you can and find a nice rotation through your spine. Stay easy through your neck and your face. Again, breathing in, find a little bit more length. Grow, grow, grow up through the crown of your head. And with that exhale, softly gather your right shoulder back behind you and rotate. Let's stay for one more breath. In. Getting nice and tall. One more breath out. To gently rotate. Release. Good. Come on back through center. We'll switch sides. So straighten your right leg long. Bend your left knee and place your left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Left hand tense behind you. Wrap your right arm around your left shin or hook your arm to the outside of your thigh. Again, just start with breath. Start with lengthening the spine. Sit up as tall as you can. Maybe close your eyes and visualize, imagine, feel some space between each vertebra of your spine. And then with your exhale, you're taking that back shoulder, your left shoulder, wrapping it behind you, wrapping it back, and trying to softly spiral around into that twist. Moving with breath. Inhale, tall, tall, tall spine. Exhale, left shoulder hugs back, gentle rotation, spiraling around. One more. Inhale. Big exhale to continue with that twist, with that spiral. Release. Come back through center. Last shape we'll move into is a bit of a back bend. Now, again here, I've got yoga blocks. I'm going to use one of them. If you don't have yoga blocks, you could even just take a blanket or two blankets or a couple pillows and fold them up so you get a nice little stack. I'm actually going to put a bit of a blanket over top of my block just so it's not quite so pointy into my spine. So what we want to do here is have our bum on the ground, and you have to sort of fiddle with this. We want our block or blanket or pillows or whatever you've got rolled up to land right kind of in that upper mid spine. So I'm placing it right near sort of the bottom of my ribs, the bottom edge of the blanket near the bottom edge of my ribs. So that as I lean back, I'm creating an arch in that upper spine, that thoracic spine. Now I'm going to interlace my hands behind my head. So I'm supporting my head, I'm supporting my neck. I'm not going to put any strain into my neck. And then let the weight of your head lean back into your hands in order to continue arching that upper spine. Now relax your jaw, relax the weight of your head into your hands, and breathe a few deep, deep breaths. So soft rib cage. Again, visualize or imagine or feel your rib cage, your upper spine, soft and supple, able to move, releasing any places that are stuck, any places that are tight, any places that don't want to move. Send your breath there. Good, let's take our last breath. One more inhale. And a nice big exhale. To come out of this, first just draw your chin in towards your chest using your hands to help. Then release your hands down onto the ground and ease yourself back up. Sitting tall, you can take just a little wiggle, a little move through your spine just to help incorporate that practice into your body, into your spine.